The weekly newsletter for the 16th of the 12th, 2008. Storm. Let me start by saying this memo does go beyond the boundaries I normally set for the weekly newsletter, but it may help readers understand what is happening to the local firm Storm Financial Planning. Now, if this offends anyone, I do apologise. This is not an attempt to have a go at a competitor. This is merely a lesson that we should all learn, and as my favourite quote goes, a smart man learns from his mistakes, a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. So, what is happening with Storm? Put aside everything you're reading in the papers, and we break it down into 6 basic issues. Clients borrowed against their house and then double geared or double borrowed through margin loans. That means that all their money invested in the marketplace is 100% gearing. This borrowing was within the security limits before the market fell. Now, number 3 is the market fell 53% and the clients went into margin call, at which time Storm cashed up the clients. However, the cash was only sufficient to cover their margin loans. Some clients were left with home loans to pay off. Now, those who have jobs, that's not a real drama. They just pay their loans off through their jobs. It is a loss, and they've crystallised that, but they can survive. It's those who don't have jobs, people who are retired, and they can't afford to pay this debt. The only way of paying the debt out is by selling off the house, which means they lose their family home. On Friday, Colonial First State announced that they will close the index funds which Storm clients were invested in. Now, what this means is they'll use the proceeds to pay out any margin loans, and the residual will go back to the investor, in effect crystallising their losses. Now that all the equity is gone and the investments have been redeemed, the client's portfolio cannot come back up with the market. So in short, they'll probably never recover their losses. Now, Storm's strategy is an aggressive strategy. What this means that in tough times you can lose it all, your initial investment, and still be left with a hefty debt to pay off. The flip side is, though, in good times, which you have seen in the last 5 years, you can outperform the market. So realistically, looking at this whole situation objectively, what we need to take away are the lessons to learn. Now, the first lesson is if you're looking to boost your performance, gearing is a great way to do this, but be careful. Don't overgear. Normally keep your gearing below 40%. Never gear at 100%. The long term, you will always lose if you gear at 100%. Now, if you have big gains through the use of gearing in good times, use this to increase or decrease your loan balance or increase your investment balance. Use it to reduce the overall gearing or LVR of your investments. Investing in long-term market is a very long-term activity. The market will fluctuate from time, and there will be long bear markets during this time. So always make sure you can service your loan from external funds. Do not rely on the income from your investments to service your loan. Again, that puts you in a very high risk category. Now, if you are highly geared and the market turns down, you need to act quickly. Sell assets, put in cash, but avoid a margin call at all costs. Margin calls are always the worst possible result. Now, number 5 is don't be greedy. Look, it's easy to be greedy and then blame others when things don't work out. Remember, you're in charge of your future. Make sure you talk to your advisors constantly and make sure they're aware of your concerns and your goals. If you feel they're not, it's a good time to change advisors. Now, also make sure you invest to achieve your goals. Don't invest to achieve the goals of others, and simply don't compare your returns to others. If your goals will be different to the person beside you or your next door neighbour, therefore your investments should be different to your next door neighbour. Always make sure you're trying to achieve the result you want. Once you start comparing results with others and trying to keep up with the Joneses, that's the very fast road to financial despair. Now look, what will happen from here? My guess is there'll be many threats of class actions. Look, maybe the class actions will work, maybe they won't. Either way, the investors who have been hurt by this will most likely never see their money again. Now, some will be young enough to start over, others will not. And many will never, ever look at investing in the market again. Now, this is the real tragedy. If you've lost money in the markets, like I have and many of my clients and obviously many people out there, the best way to recover those losses from the highs of October last year is to simply stay in the market. The market will recover long term. The trick is riding out the fluctuations. Now, this is a major dip, this 53%. We haven't seen this before, and certainly it'll go down in history, but the market will recover. It will just take time. So the big part of investing is making sure you can ride out the downtimes. Now, what should happen? Look, what should happen is very straightforward. Investors who have been hurt in this market need to get back on the horse, need to keep the cool head, and need to keep working on their investment strategy. There will be setbacks, but if you've been investing long enough, like I have, sure, the last 12 months for me have not been very good, and for a lot of people out there, I'd be the same, I expect. However, the last 5 years, I've still done exceptionally well, and most people would too. They have a good look at their portfolio. So understand the market is long term and take a long term view. It's easy to get caught up in the short term, and it's easy to get caught up on the media hype. The fact is, the market will fluctuate, but it'll always recover. For more information, go to our website at growyourwealth.com.au.